What if I told you that two ordinary-looking quarters from 1999 could be hiding extraordinary power? The Connecticut and Georgia state quarters, stamped with the historic year 1788, are not just pocket change. They are silent pieces of American destiny. Millions were made, but only a few were born different, struck in ways that collectors hunt relentlessly today. One small detail, one perfect condition, and a simple quarter can cross the line from common to legendary. Before you spend another coin without looking, stay with me, because what you're about to see could change how you look at money forever. The first up, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter marked more than just the beginning of a new coin series. It marked the beginning of a silent treasure hunt that most people never realized they were part of. When this quarter was released, it carried the year 1788, not as its minting date, but as a symbol of Connecticut's birth into the United States. That single number, engraved beneath the legendary charter oak, transformed an everyday coin into a bridge between centuries. Millions touched it, spent it, ignored it, but hidden among them were coins that were never meant to be ordinary, coins born with destiny written into their metal. At first glance, this quarter looks calm and simple, almost innocent. A tree, a date, a familiar shape. But history has a habit of disguising its greatest secrets. The charter oak itself represents rebellion, resistance, and survival, the moment when power was hidden to protect freedom. That same spirit lives inside this coin. Because just like the charter hidden in the hollow tree, the true value of certain Connecticut quarters is hidden from plain sight. Only those who know how to look can unlock what others walk past every single day. The magic of this coin begins at the moment it was struck. In that instant pressure metal flow, and timing decided its future forever. Some coins were born flawless, with razor-sharp details and untouched surfaces. Others were born different, slightly misaligned, unusually bold, or mysteriously altered in ways that no machine was meant to allow. These are not mistakes. They are signatures. And in the world of serious collectors, signatures like these can turn a 25-cent coin into something that attracts attention, competition, and staggering numbers. Condition is where fantasy becomes reality. A Connecticut quarter that survived untouched, never cleaned, never damaged, never dulled, becomes a survivor of time. When its surface still reflects light with original luster, when the leaves of the tree stand proud and the fields remain smooth and alive, collectors don't see a coin. They see a moment frozen in perfection. Such coins are rare not because few were made, but because few were respected. Time destroys most things. The ones that resist time are the ones that rewrite value. What makes this quarter truly dangerous is how easy it is to underestimate. People still find them in pocket change, old jars, inherited collections, or forgotten bankrolls. They are spent without thought, traded without inspection, and dismissed without understanding. Yet history has proven that overlooked coins have the power to change lives. A single Connecticut quarter, when discovered in the right condition or with the right striking characteristics, can shift from being ignored to being hunted. And when collectors hunt, prices no longer behave rationally. The idea of a quarter being worth massive money sounds impossible until it isn't. Value is not logic. Value is emotion, scarcity, and desire colliding at the same time. When collectors realize that a specific Connecticut quarter is different, when demand rises and supply collapses, the numbers climb beyond what most people believe is realistic. At that point, the coin is no longer currency. It becomes a trophy. And trophies are fought over, not priced politely. This coin also teaches a harsh lesson. Knowledge separates loss from legacy. The biggest mistake people make is rushing. Cleaning a coin destroys its soul. Selling without understanding destroys opportunity. True collectors move slowly. They observe. They respect the metal as it is. Because once originality is lost, value vanishes forever. But when originality survives, when history remains untouched, value doesn't just grow, it explodes. Owning a 1999 Connecticut State Quarter is like holding a sealed envelope from history. Most envelopes are empty, but a few contain something powerful enough to change a future. You don't know which one you have until you look closely, patiently, intelligently. That uncertainty is what drives collectors across the world. It's why this coin is still studied, searched, and whispered about decades after its release. In the end, the Connecticut 1788 quarter reminds us of a timeless truth. The greatest fortunes are rarely obvious. They hide in plain sight, waiting for someone who understands their language. A simple quarter, a quiet tree, a forgotten date. And yet, within that silence may rest unimaginable wealth, ready to reward the one person who didn't look away. The second up, the 1999 Georgia State Quarter is not just a coin. It is a quiet witness to the birth of American identity, sealed into metal and passed from hand to hand without a second glance. When the year 1788 appears on this coin, it doesn't speak loudly, but it speaks deeply. It marks the moment Georgia stepped into a new destiny, becoming part of a nation still finding its strength. This quarter carries that moment forward through time, surviving pockets, registers, jars, and collections. Most people never realize that inside this ordinary-looking coin, extraordinary possibilities were quietly waiting. At first glance, the Georgia quarter appears simple, almost modest. A state outline, a peach, oak branches, clean, calm design. But history has never been loud. It has always been patient. The symbols on this coin represent growth, endurance, and survival. And just like the land it represents, this coin was shaped by pressure. The moment it was struck, metal met force, and fate was decided. Some coins were born average. Others were born different. And those differences, sometimes invisible to the untrained eye, are where the story of unimaginable value begins. Every coin has a birth moment, and for the Georgia quarter, that moment was critical. As millions were produced, only a tiny fraction emerged with extraordinary characteristics. These coins may show stronger strikes, unusual textures, sharper relief, or subtle anomalies that separate them from the rest. These are not accidents. They are fingerprints of rarity. In the collector's world, rarity does not shout. It whispers. And those who listen closely often discover that what looks common can, under the right light, become something legendary. Condition transforms possibility into power. A Georgia quarter that escaped time without damage becomes a survivor, and survivors are respected. When a coin remains untouched, with its original surface alive and unbroken, collectors see something sacred. They see history preserved exactly as it was born. No cleaning, no polishing, no careless wear. Such coins are no longer part of circulation. They are part of legacy. And when legacy meets demand, value begins to move in ways that surprise even experienced collectors. What makes the Georgia 1788 quarter especially dangerous is how easily it can be dismissed. It looks familiar. It feels ordinary. People still spend them every day. But history has shown that fortune often hides behind familiarity. Some of the most powerful discoveries in coin collecting began with someone slowing down, taking a closer look, and asking a simple question. What if this one is different? That single moment of curiosity has changed lives before, and it can do so again. The idea that a quarter could be worth staggering money sounds impossible, until emotion enters the equation. Value is not just metal. It is desire, competition, scarcity, and story colliding at the same time. When collectors recognize a Georgia quarter that stands apart, logic disappears. Auctions turn intense. Numbers climb fast. And suddenly, what once lived in a pocket becomes something people chase. At that point, the coin is no longer currency. It becomes a symbol of victory. This coin also carries a warning. The fastest way to destroy opportunity is impatience. Cleaning a coin erases its soul. Selling without understanding erases its future. True collectors move slowly. They respect originality. They understand that time rewards patience. A coin kept exactly as it is holds its voice. And when that voice speaks in the right room, it can command attention that few assets ever achieve. Owning a 1999 Georgia State quarter is like holding a locked door. Most doors open to nothing special, but a few open to rooms no one expected. You won't know which door you're holding until you look closely, carefully, and intelligently. That uncertainty is what keeps collectors awake at night. It's why this coin is still searched, still studied, still quietly respected decades after its release. In the end, the Georgia 1788 quarter reminds us of a powerful truth. destiny doesn't always arrive announced. Sometimes it hides inside something small, ordinary, and ignored. A single quarter, a quiet design, a forgotten date. And yet, within that silence may rest the power to change a fortune overnight, for the one person who chose not to look away.